Hello everyone, how's it going? It is me, Jack here, and welcome to a brand new video on this YouTube channel. Yes, as you can see, I'm back after about 4 months away from the last Football Manager save we did a season with Burnley, of course. We're back with a Charlton Athletic Football Manager 20 save, something that's hopefully going to last a little bit longer than the Burnley save. I apologise for not uploading more than just the one season in Burnley, because as I say, it's been 4 months since that last episode. I think I just got a little bit burnt out really with doing it, so I'm setting myself a challenge to actually complete this Football Manager save with the whole crisis that's going on at the moment and still continuing. I just found this to be quite a decent time to go out here and continue on uploading, because you know, the feedback that I had on the Burnley series with the views and the likes was actually really promising looking back. So I do owe it to my viewers and to you guys to continue uploading. So this is what we're going to do now with this a little bit longer term Charlton Athletic save. It's not going to be as maybe frequent as what the Burnley save will be. We'll have a couple of days off here and there, and I don't think the videos are going to be as longer as what they than what they were with the Burnley save, because some of them uploads were stretching towards 40 minutes. We were playing 2 games an episode, communicating my thoughts regarding every piece of business about the club. Some people do prefer that, but I think this is going to be a lot more sort of chilled. You're going to see the main juicy bits of Football Manager that you do need to see, such as transfers, etc. And of course a match, but I'll play quite a lot of it off camera, just come back and show you maybe one game an episode, trying to stretch for around 20 minutes rather than the half an hour 40 minutes that we were stretching in the previous save. So here it is, Charlton Athletic. They've just been promoted, of course. Well, in this save they've just been promoted from League One, finishing 3rd in that season. I'm recording this the day after the final round of the Championship season, which saw Charlton actually get relegated. That was one of the main thinking points behind taking over Charlton, and my club Borough thankfully staying up, winning 2-1. Hope the Borough get in there. But yeah, of course I decided to take over Charlton due to this, so our aim this season is pretty much just to try and keep them up. Having a look at the club vision, you can see we've got to fight bravely against relegation, which basically means if we were to be relegated, I think as long as we've done enough and we haven't been relegated by quite some margin, we should be safe to continue the save in League One, I hope. But if we do stay up, we've just got to become an established Championship team and work towards building this club up to a top half team. My aim, of course, is to get them back in the Premier League, which I don't think they've been for quite some time really. You've got to look at this sort of trajectory where, you know, they were just coming from League One, so you know the start of the 10s, you know, they haven't been in the Championship all too much. It's more the beginning of the previous decade, the 2000s, where they spent a number of seasons in the Premier League before drifting out. So they haven't been in since 2006-07. So it's got to have to be my aim to try and get them back up into the promised land. We'll take a quick look at the business before we dive into this first game here against Blackburn Rovers. We have done one piece of business because we were given a transfer budget of around 2.5 million, and we've spent the majority of that transfer budget on this guy here, Maximilian Wittek, a left back from the Bundesliga 2. Who I think we've brought in for a fee of 1.1 million, which will be rising to 2 million. But I think he's a really good player. He's a good player. You can look at some of his key attributes here. He's got some good crossing ability, which is something I like. He's fairly quick, got good determination and a very good work rate. Decent tackler, not the greatest marking. Is that something that we're trying to develop? We're attacking movement we're trying to develop. I'm just thinking whether I get that marking up a little bit in terms of his defensive positioning. Positioning's 9 and the decision's 11. I'm going to change that actually, so he's working on that, because I think that is something that we're going to need in the Championship with a team that are pretty much destined to go down. We're going to have to work defensively But I think overall he is going to be a good left back for us this season, and I'm very happy with that piece of business. Alongside him, we brought in one player on loan as well to accompany the many other players that Charlton have on loan. It's a backup winger by the name of Curtis Jones from Liverpool. He's a youngster that we brought in who I think can play a decent squad role for us this season. I have set up two tactics which you'll see, and one of them does contain wingers, and the club doesn't have many wingers, but Curtis Jones can do a really good job on the left. Excuse me, could even do a decent job on the right hand side if asked. I'm very happy to bring him in, for only £4,000 a week. And as well as that, we've done one out piece of business as well, letting Albie Morgan go out. Excuse me, my throat's a bit croaking. Bringing Albie Morgan out on loan to Mansfield. I think he's going to be a decent young player potentially in the future, but for now I don't really see him fitting in at the moment with a number of midfield positions there, centre mid players that we've got. So he's going to go out on loan and see how he can do. As well as the sort of transfer side, Joe Gomez, a current Liverpool player, we have a sell-on clause of 20%, and we can actually cash this out right now for just under £10 million, and it's been something that I'm umming and ahhing about doing. But for the moment, I am just going to continue having the finances that we've got, because they're in a decent position. Of course, over the longer term, they are projected to go down because obviously the costs of being in the Championship does get larger and larger the longer that you're in it. But it's good to know that we have that money available to say one season we don't really get a decent transfer budget. I don't think Liverpool will sell Joe Gomez, but if this figure continues to be around the 9 million, 8 million, 7 million, I mean that is a transfer budget right there. So it's good to know that we have that available to us should we need it. I'm trying to think what else we can sort of show you in this first episode. We've got a good little youth academy coming through, which I think is important for the progression, the long-term progression of this team. I did forget to mention actually, the database has been updated, so there is a couple of managerial changes, a plethora of player changes as well, people leaving on free transfers, etc. I'll just show you how up to date it is. I'll go to my team, Middlesbrough. Neil Warnock is manager there, so you know there has been a lot of changes to it, which I think just adds to the realism of the save. But apart from that, then I think we'll go into this first game, which will be away against Blackburn Rovers. We are predicted through the season preview to finish 22nd. The three teams promoted expected to go straight back down. Blackburn, you can see, expected to finish position 7 this season. But yeah, I think it's just all about trying to escape the drop this season. As you can see, we had a decent little friendly run, getting a decent draw against Charlton Athletic, having a big game against Ghent and getting a point against Osasuna, victory against Victoria Pleasant as well. So it's been a decent pre-season for us. We're going to get straight into this first game of the season, away from home, as you can see, away to Blackburn. It's going to be a tough game, and if we lose, I won't be too disheartened as long as it is a decent performance. We are going to use this tactic as well, the custom fluid counter-attacking style, which contains the wingers in the team, the other formation, which is going to be more of our home tactic that we can use against as well smaller clubs to try and just absolutely ruin them in terms of possession. Contains a more narrower style of football. This is going to be a bit more expansive with the wingers, the holding midfielders sitting in there as well. This is the team that we've got. We've got Phillips in goal for today's match. A back four of Matthews, Lockyer, Sarr and Whittock making his debut. In the midfield, it's lone heaven with David Davis in the defensive role, with Cullen and Forster Casking in the midfield. And the wingers, both loanees, Andre Green and Curtis Jones, with the informed striker in real life, Lyle Taylor, up front. Someone who, yeah, is wanting to leave on a free transfer, which I'm really gutted about. I don't know whether we can change that, but this is just the database that we have. Sees Lyle Taylor leaving the club. I mean, if he scores 15-20 goals for us this season, I will be very happy, but I just really want him to stay, even though he's 29. He'll be 30 come next year. He's a championship striker and someone that can hopefully bag some good goals for us this season. Maybe we can try to convince him to stay. I do not know. But on the bench, we've got Ben Amos, Ben Purrington, Deji, I'm going to have to remember these names, Oshalaja, Lapsil, Pratley, McGeady, and Tomar Hamed as well. It is quite a big squad, but you know, this is the team that we're going to work with and hopefully can bring us the goods this season. Let's submit that team then and get into this first game. So as I say, the episodes will be around sort of the 25-minute max mark is what I want to do. There is just going to be one game from now on. I just think that will sit a little bit better. It makes the whole process of the video, you guys watching it as well, a little bit quicker. Not as drawn out as what the Burnley save was. And as I said as well, don't expect videos every single day. But we will definitely try to continue on this Charlton save for longer than that of the Barnsley save. As you can see then, first 20 minutes it's been a decent start. We've not conceded. As you can see, we use the 2D camera as well, something that I just prefer using. Anyway, that was not really a highlight, was it? To be fair, they're running with a 4-2-3-1 with the two midfielders in the centre being a little bit pushed back. Experienced man Stuart Downing on the right there as well. As Harlow falls here with us in possession, Jones strikes it! And him on his debut nearly getting on the score sheet for us on that left hand side. That was a beautiful cut inside, and he nearly did bag us a goal, didn't he? But unfortunately he was able to stop that from going in. Armstrong on the ball for Blackburn. He beats his man, whips the ball in. Lockyer clears it only as far as Travis, and he hits the ball wide of the target. You might be able to hear as well, actually, I've just realised I'm using a different audio microphone as well, so it might sound a little bit clearer than the Burnley save that we did. I've heard it back and it does sound a lot better, so leave your thoughts on that if you can hear a difference. As well as that, of course, leave me transfer suggestions if you do have any in the comments. Whittack tries to tackle Stuart Downing there. Bradley Dack takes an opportunity at goal from the pass by Downing, but it's cleared for a corner. What can Stuart Downing do with this ball then? Whips it in, hits the head of a Blackburn man but goes over. We're doing alright, to be fair, in terms of the stats. We're having a decent bit of possession as well. As you can see, the first half has drawn to a close and it is 0-0 here. My assistant is telling me to say that we've been very, very good. I'm going to be assertive. I'm going to say we've been the better team. Just keep doing what you're doing. Let's go a little bit passionate. I do believe in my players. They are reacting positively, which is, of course, very good to see. Will Val Taylor react positively here? No, he's not. He's listening keenly, though. What's the analysis sheet looking like? There. Doing bits wide. I'm sort of just all over the place at the moment. Let's just continue on the way we're going. Something must be working, so let's just continue it on. I mean, if we get a point, I would be happy with that away against Blackburn, a team looking for playoffs probably this season, top half. But we'll continue on here. They've brought off Bradley Dack for an actual striker up top now. Let's respond to that. Oh, there's literally going to be a highlight. Let's watch this highlight first. Stuart Downing whips it in. Will they score from this set piece? Yes, they do. And it is the man that they've brought on off the bench, Sam Gallagher, who makes it 1-0, of course, as I'm just about to make a substitution. Their substitution scores the first goal of the season in this save. And we trail away from home. Let's pause it and just take a look at what we can do here. Josh Cullen not having the best of games. Let's bring on a little bit of experience in Pratley. I don't think what else we can do. Do we bring on Aidan McGeady on the right hand side rather than the left? Not yet, I don't think. We'll just bring on Pratley for now. And we'll just tell them, I'm going to demand more from them, I think, to see what we can do. I mean, it's not been a bad performance, really. Pause it again. Last 20. Let's bring on Tom Ahmed. See what he can do. Curtis Jones and Whittaker have had decent games, to be fair to them. I'm going to show some passion for the final 10. And let's bring off Curtis Jones actually and bring on Aidan McGeady up on that left flank. See if he can do anything. We'll tell the wing backs to overlap. Play a little bit higher engagement. Have a look, see what we can do. Come on. Can we get an equaliser here, boys? Or will it be just a drab end to this football match as Rothwell comes on for Stuart Downing? There's only 3 minutes to go. Are we going to see a highlight? No, we are not. It's the end of the first game here, and Blackburn have grinded out what seems to be a 1-0 victory against us. I'm going to tell them unlucky boys. It would have been nice to win, but it just wasn't to be there. I mean, I think if we continue to play like that and create chances, we will score goals and get results this season. But, you know, I think we've got to expect that a lot of these games are going to go that way and we are going to lose matches. I'm just thinking there, we were using expressive. Yeah, to be fair, we're playing counter-attacking football, so you've got to be expressive. That will be, though, the first episode. Unfortunately, not the results that I had in mind, but it is a start here at Charlton. I wonder when we should really come back. I don't think I'm going to sort of set a stone of where we're going to come back. Expect me to come back around the September, October time, and I'll play the rest of the games off camera. But apart from that, I want to thank you for watching this first episode of the Charlton Athletic Save. Apologies for the lack of content over the last few months. We are back, and I am really looking forward to bringing you some top quality Charlton Athletic football here on the channel for the next few months or so. If you've enjoyed it, please do hit the like button, comment anything regarding the save in the comment section, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Thank you. I forgot to say thank you so much for 20 subscribers as well. And we had gained quite a number, sort of, even when I wasn't uploading, but that Burnley save definitely did bring in the views. So let's hope the Charlton one will continue to get some praise as well. But I'll thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you for the next episode of the Charlton Athletic Save very soon. Take care, guys. Bye bye.